Hello, gentlemen. Good, how are you? Please keep your distance. We appreciate it.
Oh, is it COVID still?
No, it's not COVID.
You don't want to have a chat?
Huh?
You keep calling me a phrase all the time.
What is it?
I don't know. What do you keep calling me over and over again?
I don't remember. It's not.
Just stop sending your fans to harass me. That's not very nice either.
I've never sent anybody to harass you.
It's weird how they're harassing me.
Well, that's because of your behavior.
What kind of behavior am I?
Well, I don't know, but if someone's troubling with your behavior, they might.
At your direction, they might do
No, that's not true.
That's not what's happening?
Are you covering the cherry pit, or you just really want to focus on us?
I think it's more entertaining to talk to you.
Yeah, I think a lot of people probably agree with you.
4492, we're code 4. The child is consciously breathing.
So what happened here?
Not sure.
You're not sure?
Not sure. We believe somebody got assaulted, but we don't have any direct information. We're waiting for St. Paul to sort it out.
They're really good at that.
Yeah, you should tell your fans to calm down on the harassment and the threats of bodily harm.
I got a curiosity.
Cool.
How are they harassing you?
So they've actually threatened bodily harm to me.
And how do they do that?
So you don't have comments on your YouTube,
No.
but I have comments. So they do that through the comments there.
Well, why do you think that's happening? Well, maybe you could shut your comments off too.
Why would I do that? I like free speech.
Oh, well.
I know you don't appreciate free speech, but I do.
Well, it sounds like you're not too happy with it right now.
Well, they're doing it at the direction of you.
No,
so
they're not.
That's what I'm not happy about.
I have never directed them to me leave any comments. I don't even like comments. That's why we block them.
I know you don't like free speech. You really dislike free speech.
Well, you get plenty of it on our air, so I guess the evidence suggests otherwise.
Well, I'm letting you know that it's happening.
Yeah.
And they've done it at your direction because they
Okay, can you give me one example of where I have given them direction to harass you?
So I believe you told them to go express their opinions on my page.
Well, let me know when I did that. The only time I did do that was when you guys were filming an innocent victim that was young and had been injured, and I really thought that was inappropriate.
Okay. And I actually had other information that you disregarded at that scene, if you remember correctly, because I had filmed that person, the actual suspect, beforehand.
Yeah.
And you disregarded what I was telling you that night.
I don't remember any of that, but it
convenient.
never is appropriate to try to outwardly stand 10 feet away from.
I had to insert myself on that scene because I had other information that you wouldn't listen to because you're too busy filming or whatever.
No,
I know you didn't take the report that night.
Just because, yeah, I didn't take the report.
I know you didn't take the report, even though you were the first law enforcement.
It's not as if you have a lot of credibility with law enforcement officers.
I have lots of credibility.
With law enforcement?
I don't have credibility with you because of the way you act.
How about with law enforcement in general?
Because of the way you act.
How about with law enforcement?
I know a lot of these officers, actually. I think you'd be surprised.
I would be shocked.
You don't film people for a couple of years and not get to know them.
Here's the beauty of it is we're both entitled to our opinions, right? We're both entitled to our opinions.
I think you lack credibility, actually.
Well, you told me that every time you come up. Why does this conversation still keep coming up? You came over to me, right? You came over to have this conversation. I'm not trying to have I'm politely letting you express yourself.
Doing law enforcement actions over here, but you're filming instead.
I'm politely letting you express your opinion on our transmission. So anything that people decide about you is based upon what they hear from you.
People decide about me based upon what you tell them.
Okay, that's what you're telling.
You
keep telling yourself because you really aren't in touch with how you actually are perceived by others.
I'm not in touch with how I'm perceived by your fans. No, okay. No, I'm not. Because I don't visit your fans' websites or their little pages because I don't like an echo chamber, right? So I like to hear.
Just
other
so we're
opinions.
clear for anybody that came up on, I was parked here, you were over there 50 feet away, and you walked over to have this conversation, right? So we're clear.
You're free. You guys are just sitting here.
You're free at any time to walk away and end this conversation.
You gonna charge me with something?
No, I'm just letting you know if you're uncomfortable with the fact that these backseaters, the backseaters are listening to you.
I'm happy they're listening.
They're forming an opinion of you while you sit here, and if
they've already formulated an opinion based upon your.
Well, there's another 5,000 new people who are listening right now.
That's something you don't really grasp, I don't think.
Well, I'm not going to debate whether I do or do not grasp. I'm just telling you that the backseaters form an opinion based upon what you do, not what I do.
And the backseaters is your pet name for your fans or whatever? Is that
they gave themselves that name.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't keep up fully with your show.
It's not a show. It's an
I just know when they come over to my channel and
it's an educational
assault on me that you should actually be looking into.
Why don't you make? I'll tell you what you should do. Make a police report in the jurisdiction with which you live.
Okay, so your jurisdiction.
Where do you live?
So your jurisdiction.
Where do you live?
I live in Ramsey County.
But
where do you live?
What city?
Where do you live?
It's none of your business.
It's none of your business.
Okay. Well, you're the one complaining about. I'm offering you opportunity.
You know exactly where I live. You've known my name for how many years?
I don't even know your name. Alex knows your name, but I don't know which one of you is which.
How do you not know the difference between two people?
I do, because I just don't pay attention to you guys.
You pay a lot of attention when you talk about us.
Obviously, you're very sensitive. You have very sensitive feelings.
Yeah, dude, I'm super sensitive. Super sensitive. I don't like people threatening bodily harm on me. I don't know how.
No one should ever do that. And if they have,
you
should make a report and have a.
I think that you used the word extinguish, and they wish my blood would be completely drained out of me, and it was one of your fans.
It wasn't me.
I know it wasn't you. It was one of your fans.
Well, if you want to follow up on that, you should make a report to the jurisdiction that has primary police responsibility.
You think they'd be prosecuted?
I think if there's a repetitive thing, yeah, I think they would be. I think they would be prosecuted for terroristic threats.
So you'll look into that.
If you live in one of our 7 contract cities, we'll look into it. If you live in St. Paul, you got to.
You don't contract with St. Paul. You just hang out here and shoot video.
He's talking to you.
How you doing, buddy? We can talk too if you want. I think you were just illegally parked in the road. Why don't you go take care of the car that was illegally parked in the road there, yelling epithets out the window?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know words are hard for you.
Well, I just don't know what you're talking about.
So when a car stops in front of you and blocks traffic, that's against the law, right?
Who did that?
I don't know. It looked like a tow truck driver that had some things to say.
He just slowed down for a few minutes. Jesus, seconds.
So that's not illegal since he was a supporter of yours.
I have no idea if he's a supporter. Was he saying something that indicated he supported us?
You're funny, man. You're a funny guy.
We're sitting in the car.
How long have you been a politician?
Oh my goodness. You know my record as well as anybody.
No, I don't.
Well, it's all public. It's all in the public domain. I guess our job is done here. It looks like the victim's going to the hospital.
It does.
They have not found a suspect.
They do have somebody in handcuffs there. So
Patrick's trying to work. Get the computer running again.
You know they make mounts for those.
Yeah, it takes up too much room.
I'm sure some of my tax money could pay for that too.
Ooh. Bike. How are you? Nice to see you. Thank you very much for. God bless you. Thank you for saying that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, should we go roll on the east side a little bit?
Yeah.
Have a good night.
You have a good night, Pat.
Have a good
Nice
night.
talking to you.
Nice talking to you.
Kind of rude.
Well, a lot of you right now are texting us and asking, why did I stay there that long? Right?
Pretty much.
And the answer is so that he wouldn't bother the officers that were doing their job.
We kept him out of the scene.
That's the whole answer. So he wouldn't bother the other officers. We provided a minimal service to our fellow officers. Anybody that's threatened in social media or should make a report to their local jurisdiction. And if anybody is threatening people, it's completely illegal. Do not do it. If you know someone that's doing them, tell them that to cease. Doesn't matter who the people are. Just if you don't like them.
It's fine if you don't like him. That's your right.
Yeah.
It is not fine to threaten anybody.
Never.
Ever.
And it is chargeable. If you do it and they can identify you, it's chargeable. And
114. Can you give me the time?
we do charge people with threats over the internet.